The attack, we're being told, was carried out in the district of Aqcha, bordering Faizabad district on the outskirts of the capital of Jozjan, when there was a large-scale Taliban attack on an Afghan military position, killing at least 14 Afghan soldiers, wounding 5 others, and 2 are taken prisoners. At the same time, the Afghan Ministry of Defense has just announced that they have pounded Taliban positions in the province of Ghor in the west of country, the Afghan Air Force. So this is the battlefield reality. This is an ongoing, brutal, bloody fight between the Afghan forces and the Taliban, and there's no sign of a ceasefire in place for now.
Is it also a sign of the reality that possibly the Taliban's ruling council doesn't speak for all of its fighters? Because if the council says that a ceasefire is in place, and also adding that it's an opportunity to sign an agreement with the United States while there's violence in Faizabad, how do the two things tally?
Well, we are being told by officials in the province of Helmand that a group loyal to Mullah Baradar is in the province of Helmand, consulting key major military leaders of the Taliban from Helmand but also elsewhere to see what is it that the military commanders want. Adnan, at the end of the day, that's the leverage that the military commanders have. They give fighters, they give family members. They say, we are fighting in these difficult conditions. You guys are living a comfortable life somewhere else outside of the country. So the Taliban are very aware as far as the leadership is concerned. But there's also another very important point that one should point out. President Trump said during his visit to Bagram that he wants the Taliban to have a ceasefire before the peace process can move ahead. Now, that allows President Ashraf Ghani to have some leverage because that's one of his preconditions. Whereas we are now hearing from the Taliban that the Americans have insisted on the reduction of violence. So we will have to see what is the Taliban position. Do they really go for a reduction of violence, or do they really agree for a ceasefire, in which case the Afghan government hopes that that will lead to direct negotiations with the Taliban.
Bilal, just to illustrate the confusion, in the past 60 seconds, the AFP, Agence France Press news agency, is saying that the Taliban say they have, and then there's a quote, no ceasefire plans in Afghanistan.